Hey, this is LGBTQ&A, where we get to know different members of the LGBTQ community. I'm Jeffrey Masters, and I'm here today with Ross Mathews. You know Ross from the E! Network, Hollywood Today Live, and of course his podcast, Straight Talk with Ross. Stay tuned. Hey Ross, how are ya?
I'm so fantastic.
Good.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh my God, thank you for being here. Welcome to our show.
I'm like honestly thrilled to be here. You know, we both get to work at AfterBuzz TV. I do my podcast Straight Talk with Ross here, so I get to see you in the hallway. I'm happy I could come on.
Thank you so much. I remember seeing you when you were on Chelsea Lately and then on your show, Hello Ross, and just being kind of gobsmacked that there was this person on TV hosting and he was gay and he was talking about it and he wasn't like trying to play straight.
Yeah, I can't do that. Can't do that. I remember when I started on, I got my start on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno back in 2001. It was a very different time in the world. And that was reflected in television and how little diversity there was for people of color and people from the LGBT community. It was very, very different. And I started unapologetically then back in 2001 and raised a lot of eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if Jay Leno was doing that today when the internet was around, I think he would get accused of gay bashing quite a bit. It wasn't, not bashing, but like he would make fun of your hands and like moving around and stuff. And
yeah, he did, but like I always won by the end of it, you know, and I don't know, that always bugged me when people said, do you think you're being a stereotype? No, I was being myself. And I thought that they celebrated me more than anything. I mean, I think like they goofed on me, but he goofed on every comic that came on.
Yeah, and I have to say too that I think had you been out there and done what you did and he not commented on it, I think people would have been like, oh, whoa, how'd he miss that?
Yeah, he said what people were thinking, but I remember when I first started, I knew because the landscape was so different, I knew I'd have to get them to laugh with me by the end. So he was pointing out the obvious, but he also put me on his show for 13 years. So there was a method behind the madness, I think.
You did it for 13 years?
It started in 2001 and I did it till it went away. Yeah, till Jay retired.
Oh my God. I was thinking about you on Chelsea Lately and your show. I was shocked how recent it was because it still felt subversive. Like seeing...
Interesting.
For me, it felt subversive to see this like out gay man, again, not trying to like butch it up.
Yeah, well, I just never really gave a... Do we swear on this show?
Absolutely, it's internet, yeah.
I never gave a flying fuck, ever, what people thought or still what they do think. And I think that maybe me sort of embracing what I was, which is and what I am, which is like this plus size, unapologetically, openly gay person, maybe woke some people up or maybe made them think that it was that they could do it. You know, I don't know, but I think you see more and more and more of it. I think we're being celebrated more than ever.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah. And you said plus size, I think formerly plus size.
I just lost 53 pounds. I'm starving.
Oh, you that much?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, congratulations, if I can say that.
Yeah. No, I'm very proud of myself. I love myself at any stage in life. You have to love yourself on your worst day.
I just hate complimenting people losing weight because then I think like, oh, like before I wasn't. I don't know.
You can compliment me on being in control of my own journey. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You mentioned earlier about sounding gay. Did you see that documentary last year, Do I Sound Gay?
Yeah.
It was about like how and when we learn to talk like this.
Yeah, I mean, I learned to talk like this in Mount Vernon, Washington, and nobody was around. So I just talk like this. I didn't learn. I didn't meet a gay person that I knew was gay till I went to college. You know, that was not exactly surrounded by people sissying that walk.
Right, and I'm not saying like you should have butched it up.
Oh no.
To like or man up to quote your book.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm not saying like in a gay shame sense, but I'm wondering like it's not always safe to be perceived as gay.
Well, yeah. That's absolutely true.
How do you navigate like that kind of like space?
Well, I mean, I grew up in a farm town, sounding and looking like I do today, except less gray hair, and it was tough, but also not. I was very aware of that it was different, just like I am aware now. If I go into a store and say, "Do you have this in a size 9?" that someone may go, like that, you know. I'm aware that when I go through a drive-through, they say pull ahead, ma'am, and when I pull up to the thing, they're shocked.
Yeah.
But I also knew then that I had comedy. You know, I had the strongest weapon you can have, which is being quicker, faster, and funnier than any bully who comes your way. So they came at me, and I sort of chopped their dicks off with a joke.
In your book, you wrote that about your girlfriend in high school.
Yeah.
Did you sound like this when you were dating her?
Yeah.
Did that sound rude when I asked that?
No. I was starring as Henry Higgins in My Fair Lady, and she was my dresser, and we fell in love.
How's that going so far?
Listen, no, but here's the deal. Like, it was also, I mean, that is how powerful what you are supposed to be and who you're supposed to be is.
Yes.
That's what it feels like. Where even I, who was following the North Star of being gay so much, so strong, still said, well, I guess I should try this because that's what I'm supposed to do. So I did. And it wasn't my cup of tea. But I tried it.
I find like the quote unquote gay voice to be so comforting too, though. Like when I'm out and I hear someone sounding gay, it just like relaxes me, and I think, oh, I'm safe here.
Yeah, I mean, I get excited because it's like oh hi, oh you're one, okay. Do you know your tribe? It's easier to spot our tribe.
Yeah, it's here how we find each other out in the wild.
Yes, but our tribe is also so varied that the people can sound very different than you or I sound, and of course be a member of our tribe. We have to be more inclusive. When I first started on the Tonight Show, I got a lot of hate mail, and the majority of the hate mail was from gay people saying you're setting the movement back. How dare you? I'm embarrassed to be gay because you're representing us. And these motherfuckers, let me tell you something. If your bigoted parents can accept me in their living room back in 2001, your life just got a little easier. It rubbed me so the wrong way.
I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
So they wanted you to like play straight pretty much.
They wanted me off TV. They wanted me not to represent them, gay people. Yeah, a lot of them.
Was it like a mask for mask thing, or just like...
I don't know, but I wrote every one of them back. The same thing I just told you.
It's a copy and paste. Did you actually wrote them back? Yeah. Oh my! And did you get correspondence back from that?
Yeah, some people I called. Really? I don't back down. Everyone that knows me. I don't back down.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You've talked before about how your like big dream in life was to host your own TV show.
Yeah. Since I was real little, growing up in a little farm town.
Wow. I'm curious, you did that.
Yeah.
I'm curious like how someone recalibrates after like working their butt off and like achieving their massive goal while they're still in their 30s.
Well, it was tough because I achieved it. After Chelsea, I got my show Hello Ross, which Chelsea produced, and I got to do it for 2 seasons. That was the dream,
Yeah.
And then it went away. And when I talk about the North Star, I mean, being gay and living, that's where you just sort of follow what is innately in you. Okay?
Yeah.
It was innately in me to want to be a talk show host. So I followed that. And then when I was 34, it happened. And then by 35, it went away. And so I really felt rudderless. I felt like, well, if I don't have my North Star, then where am I going?
Yeah.
And what I realized is that there's more stories to tell. And then with patience and creativity, I started Straight Talk, which I love, which is my podcast, which I wanted to create because no one could get between me and the audience. No higher ups, no people with ulterior motives. Because in this industry, you can create all you want, but you have zero control because circumstance can come in and just fuck you.
Yeah.
And so I eliminated circumstance by creating this platform, the podcast. And then what happened is that Hollywood Today Live came to me. And this was a show that existed. It had started on the internet as a talk show and gone to Fox.
It was on Bite Size?
Yeah, Bite Size TV.
I remember it there,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And then they shuffled the cast, and I didn't even know. They asked me to come co-host for fun. I thought I was filling in for somebody, and then the next thing you know, they offered me a job, and I really sat and thought, like, do I want to do it again? I checked that box already, and I checked it in a big way.
Yeah.
But I felt like a horse in a stable before the race, just banging their head against. I was 35 years old at the time, or 36, and I wasn't using the tools in my tool belt. And so I guest hosted a few times, and I loved it, and I said yes, and I've never regretted it for a single day. Every day I'm live with the audience for an hour. We're talking, it's live, so they can't tell me not to say anything, because guess what? I just said it. I know that there are certain words I can't say, and I've never sworn on that show ever, but I get to talk to really interesting, fascinating people. I get to sharpen all my tools. I love doing the show, and we just started our 2nd season.
It's a really fun group.
Thanks, and they're making changes to the cast now. I do it with Garcelle Beauvais. We're the two hosts right now. Tanner Thomason is who I love. He's doing this new role where he's more active. He's more out in the field. He gets to do the really cool stuff that go up on the roof with the Olympic swimmers in the pool. He's doing those in the field reporting. And then who knows where the cast will evolve, but I love it.
Oh my God. When your show ended and you, like you said, you did it in this big way, did you like think about, do I still want to do this? Do I want to do it again?
Yeah, I thought about, do I want to do it again? Because like I said, there's no control over it, and it's so personal, and you want to do it. You want to like do what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
And it hurt so bad when it went away the first time, because it was like, what do you mean it's going away? This is what I meant to do with my life, like, and it was really good and people liked it. And then it went away for circumstances that I didn't have control over. So I thought, do I want to put my heart into anything again? And then I realized that that's just who I am and there's no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say control, are you saying like of the guests you're talking to, or
no,
like the topics?
of the success. There's no control of the outcome.
Oh, I thought you
can
control
create the perfect cup, right?
Yeah.
But then ultimately you have to hand it over to people to make sure that the cup gets to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
But these people, it's not personal to them. So they'll just drop it and pick up another cup. You understand? But this is the most perfect cup that's ever existed. So I have no control that this cup is going to get over there. Right? I can create the cup, I can make it, but I can't put it over there. I can't put it on TV. I can't ensure that people are going to see it. I can't ensure that it's marketed. I can't ensure that people will tune in, even though it's a perfect cup.
Wow. Thanks for that metaphor.
Yeah, it wasn't the perfect metaphor, but the cup may be perfect.
Yeah, and I thought you meant the control of like the day to day.
No, I had that control. That's why it's a perfect cup.
So you're like, why is it ending? I love this.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I like this.
Yeah, but there's business choices from people who run Hollywood that I have no control over. That's what I mean by that.
Oh, I understand. So like best case scenario, 5 to 10 years, what do you like want to be doing?
5 to 10 years.
Sorry, and I feel like that's a really hacky question, but I
it's
ask
okay.
it only because you kind of like reached the success you wanted already. So I'm like wondering what the new success looks like.
Success is going to shift for me. Success is going to be getting a little more of the power, and I don't even mean financially or anything. It's just about what I want to do. The podcast really taught me that, and now we're live streaming the podcast here at AfterBuzz TV. Which, we're not making money doing, but I'm loving how it's breaking a little ground and being new, and we're live streaming the podcast. That to me is very, very interesting. I've gotten really, I'm not like a bazillionaire, but I feel like I can choose a little bit of what I want to do, and then I want to start focusing on my life and my happiness. I'm a very happy person, but I want to have kids now. I feel like I've been married and raising my career. I've been on TV since 2001. What year is it? 2015?
16.
Is it 2016? 15. Oh my God. Yeah, 15. Oh my God. It's gonna be 2017. So I'm ready pretty soon to like think about having some babies.
Wow.
And yeah.
Are you in Salvador married?
No.
Oh, okay, so is that gonna happen first or not?
Yeah, I'm very traditional. Yeah, we'll be married before we have kids.
Okay.
We've been together for 8 years.
Oh my God.
Going on 8 years. Yeah.
Never mind. I was gonna ask
what?
Is that gonna happen like next year, 2017?
I don't know.
You've no idea.
Wait, kids or married?
Marriage.
Don't know. Kids don't know.
Kids within 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
This is an exclusive.
Yeah.
We just got it.
Well, I always said, and I mean it, that I'll have kids by the time I'm 35. I turned 37 in September. So, we'll see.
Not every plan works out the way you want. Not every cup is formed the way you want.
Perfectly. Yeah. Sometimes the cup surprises you.
All right. So, and while I have you, I need to ask personal questions.
Anything.
Do you get nervous interviewing celebrities?
No.
None at all?
Nope.
Do you like configure your mind differently in having like a long form discussion versus being the red carpet?
Yeah, so there's it's an autopilot sort of situation. I just sort of go into it, and it comes from my encyclopedic knowledge of pop culture and celebrities. I just love this stuff. So when you're on the red carpet, you get 1-2 questions maybe, and then you got to go. When they come on HTL, you get 5 minutes with them, and I put a little prep work into it because you got to know about the project, the specific thing, and this and that, and also something funny. You got to search their social medias. I saw this picture. What so it just makes it a little more interesting. And then when people come on the podcast, I mean, I had Rosie O'Donnell on. I interviewed her for an hour, and it really was There were things I wanted to talk about since I was 9 with her. And then there were also things she said that I found so fascinating. You sort of take people down, you open that door and you go down that hallway. And sometimes there's nothing there. All right, fuck it. You just come back and you open another door. But
now, I'm surprised that you had an hour to talk about Rosie with, because I read online, confirm or not, that she was your mentor.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It didn't start out that way. I started out as a fan. And then maybe like my second year on Leno or something, I met her. And no, that's a lie to you. I'm just remembering now, I was covering my second Olympics in Torino in 2004, Torino, Italy. And I started blogging, because she blogged. So I started blogging for NBC. And she blogged about me on her blog. Like she was watching my Tonight Show coverage, and I could not believe it. And so it was before Twitter. I don't even remember how I got in touch with her, but then she invited me backstage at Leno, and I hung out with her. And then we became friends. She really took me under her wing, and she's always been great to me. Isn't that funny? I haven't thought about that story. And so we still would talk. Sometimes she'll text me when she's watching Hollywood Today Live, because we're live in New York.
I love that. Mm-hmm. As a gay person, like, who's in the public eye, do you feel like you need to comment on every time there's a story in our community?
No.
Be it Caitlyn, or really? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I certainly have opinions, but sometimes I should just shut up.
You have opinions?
On everything.
What? Stop it. Get out of here.
But no, I don't feel the need as a gay person to comment on every gay story.
Okay.
I do feel the need as a gay person to use my platform wisely.
I understand. I guess I'm wondering, like, do you feel like people expect you to comment?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Fascinating.
I don't feel that pressure.
Okay.
Maybe I should. I just don't.
Okay, last question.
Do you think I should feel that pressure?
No, but I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
But I wonder,
never been asked that.
Even like after like the Pulse shooting, like if people are like looking to say like, what does Ross think about this?
I don't know that they certainly. I didn't feel that pressure then. I certainly felt the need to say something then. That was a before and after moment for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll never be the same as after I heard that news.
Same, and we talked about it in last week's episode. I don't want to talk about every episode, but like, how could we not?
Yeah.
Yeah, hugely. Last question, perhaps the most important question. On your Instagram last week, did I see that you watch football?
Oh, yes.
What?
I grew up, like I said, in a farm town with a brother, my mom, who I love, and a brother and my dad, right? Great family. But like there was not a lot to talk about my straight brother, to talk about with my straight brother and my straight dad. So they loved hunting. They loved fixing cars, and they loved football. So if I wanted to get in there, I had to choose one of them. I tried to shoot a gun with my dad once. It did not go well. I don't care about cars. My favorite thing about cars in 2016 is that you push a button and it starts. Okay, that's what I like. I want one button. And so there was football. And so I bonded with them on football, became a lifelong Seahawks fan. And to this day, I watch all day long Sunday. I watch Monday Night Football, 2 games now. There's Thursday Night Football. I'm obsessed. The only thing I don't do is fantasy football because I have a job. And I don't know. And now the Seahawks and I follow each other on Twitter. I go up for games. It's a big deal.
That's shocking to me that the guy who's intern Ross on Jay Leno also loves football.
Yeah, love. I just always have. I've been to, covered many Super Bowls, and I just
so
love
funny.
it. I love it, yeah. Oh. You know what? Don't let anybody put you in any kind of box. You just do you. Just do you.
That's a great place to end it on. Thank you for being here.
I'm so happy to. I'm happy that I get to see you here in the hallway in the communal areas at AfterBuzz, and I'm honored that you asked me to come on.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. You can find all of our content on iTunes and, of course, AfterBuzzTV.com. Goodbye.
Keep up the good work. Proud of you.
Thanks.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.